What are some of the internal things going on in our minds that is literally stopping us from being a better business owner? Whether it's an esthetician, pretty much all business owners go through these situations where they mentally fudge themselves over. And because of that, they're not where they should or want to be. That's what we're going to talk about today. If you don't know me, this is your boy Wick. Wick. Shut up. I'm going to mainly talk about the aesthetics business because that's the business we're in, right? Yes. Are you an esthetician or aspiring esthetician or in the beauty business doing hair, makeup, etc.? Then this video is for you. And if you don't know me, I'm your boy Wick. I have been involved in the sales and marketing industry for 20 plus years, and I buy everything. I study as much as I can. I learn from some of the best. I work with some of the best mentors, and I'm able to get a lot of that information, condense it down, and say, hey, if you just do these few things, it will help you a lot. And that's what we're going to go with today. You know what? Our minds screw us over more than anybody else, more than all the haters that we think that are out there, over all the competition that we feel is potentially or taking our business. That it's none of that stuff. A lot of the times it's our mind. And I'm going to share the top 3 things that really affected me. And maybe you will see some similarities. I'm thinking maybe, the first of all, one of the ones is where I felt like I'm not good enough. Like who am I to teach this or do this or run a business? Other folks might call that the imposter syndrome, where we're just saying, who am I? Why should people listen to me? And a lot of the stuff, and one thing that's really helped me out, if you can absorb some of this like a sponge, I'm really hoping it will help you. And it took me a decade, it took me 10 years to learn this information and slowly start applying. And then I just kicked myself in the ass and saying, gosh, if I only started 10 years ago, Lord knows where I'd be today. So, the imposter syndrome. So a lot of the times it's our feelings. We feel this, or I'm feeling that, or I don't want to do that because I don't feel like it. And I've learned after a while that my feelings are garbage. And then again, take it. Look at where I'm going with this. I'm not saying don't listen to all your feelings. I'm not saying don't listen to your gut. Don't do this. Don't be wacky like that. Think of it in the positive way in terms of business, in terms of this. So, for example, I don't feel like posting on social media. Okay, but should I do it anyways? Right? I don't feel like doing this, or I don't feel like doing that. And then with the imposter syndrome, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Who the hell am I? And what I learned is facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. And it's not about if you are, what level you're good enough. It's so interesting. And another thing that I learned, it's not, are you good enough or not? So much of what we do is not a binary on, off, yes, no kind of question. If you make a line of it, it's not, am I good enough? It's how good am I? Right? How good am I? On a scale from 1 to 100, let's just say you are a 50. Right? You're like, well, and some people, you might be thinking, oh, that's not good. 50 is, let's just say, average or what have you in terms of aesthetics. Right? Yeah. But the problem is, and this is why it's good, you might be a 50 or even let's just say 60, right? Whatever. But the average person, your average client, is maybe a 10 when it comes to skincare. In terms of their skill, their ability, or what they know. Your average client that's messing up their skin, and I talk about this all the time, they are over exfoliating. Yes. They're using horrible, harsh cleansers. Yes. They are using products where the molecular weights may not be matching. They're mixing and matching this and this. They're trying to DIY it themselves. Yes. They're putting papaya, yogurt, toothpaste on their face. And, popping their pimples and doing all these things. Yes. So the average client, let's just say if they're a 10 in terms of their knowledge, out of a 10 out of 100 of their knowledge on skincare, and you're a 60, you know what? You just need to know more than them. You're like, hey, you need to stop using this cleanser. St. Ives scrub is great for the elbows, for the harsh areas of your body, but not something as sensitive and pretty and beautiful as your face. So a lot of the times I look at it, I'm like, do I know more than the person behind me? Because if we look at that line, it's a linear line, and I'm this much ahead of this person. Cool. So because I'm this much ahead, I can teach this person, you are there, I am here in terms of my knowledge of skincare. I can help you this much, right? So look at the facts. You went through education, and education is an endless, learning thing. You can learn all day long. You can go from a 50 out of 100 skill set in aesthetics to a 60 to a 70 to an 80 to a 90. I mean, it is limitless in terms of your skill set, but you don't need to go that far to help someone that is, a 12 in terms of their skincare knowledge. You see what I'm saying? And one story that really drove it home for me, there's this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio called Catch Me If You Can. If you see that movie, cool movie, right? And so Leonardo, he's a con artist, and he does all these things, and he pretends to be like a doctor, and he pretended to be like a pilot, and all these things. And finally, when they caught him, they go, one of the guy, the detective, Tom Hanks, I think it was in there. He goes, dude, I understand that, you fake being a doctor because you didn't do anything. You just made the other people do the work, or you fake doing this. But dude, you taught like at Columbia University, you taught like a year of advanced sociology or something like that, right? He goes, how on God's green earth, because that was you teaching, how did you teach that class for a year and you don't know boomhickey, is that a word? Boomhickey about sociology? And he told me this, and it stuck with me ever since. He says, you know what? I did not need to learn all of sociology. He goes, I just knew the next day I was going to teach chapter 16. So all I did was read chapter 16 and teach that. He goes, so all I had to do to teach and learn and show that I knew how to do it, I just needed to be one chapter ahead of the rest of the class. And that's it. So if you are ahead of your clients, again, facts, not feelings. Are your clients licensed estheticians? Probably not. Do they know their skin type? Most people, I guess, are guessing it wrong. Are they not as consistent as they should be with their AM, PM skincare routine? You know what I'm saying? So, when you worry about, am I good enough? Just understand, don't compare yourself to other estheticians, because other estheticians are not your clients. You feeling me? It's the soccer mom in your neighborhood who's your client. It's the teenager that's struggling with hormonal acne that is your client, right? It's the people around you that is your client. So to compare yourself to another esthetician who might have been doing it longer or spending more time into it or this and that, it doesn't matter. You can be a 60, a 70 in terms of skill set as an esthetician and still be able to help a vast amount of people that have some of the standard, typical skincare issues. I'm not talking advanced skincare. It might be something that's this or that, or things I don't even know, because I don't even know what the heck they are. But I'm pretty sure there's some advanced stuff, right? But you can help the common person. Remember, facts, not feelings. So if you ever had that feeling that I'm not good enough, go, hey, wait a minute. Do I know more than my clients? Good, because that gap that you have is what you can teach your clients. Yes. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Are you feeling me? So facts, not feelings. Whenever you go, oh, well, I'm not good enough, it's like, you're not trying to help Einstein, are you? Einstein, I don't know if you know anything about skincare, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you are good enough. You are qualified. You probably have a thingamabob on your wall that shows you can do it. Like if you see behind me right there, that's a picture of the rover in, what year was that? 2003? Yeah, 2003 project, right? I worked on that project with NASA. So when people are asking me about my credentials, wait, do you really know sales and marketing? Dude, I pulled in 20 million plus contracts for many companies. And here, I can teach you how to get a 10, $20 million contract with the federal government because I have gone through that process and I have done it. So that's where I can take you if you're involved in that space, just saying. So you are good enough. Facts over feelings. You know this, you studied it, and now it's just putting it into effort and saying, hey, I can help you. Let's do this. Boom. All right. The second thing, and a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but guess what? I'm going to talk about it. Is, like, well, Wick, I'm having my own skin issues. How can I help somebody else if, I'm using, my skin is bad? And I did a post about this the other day. It's like, because I'll see a lot of estheticians and I'll look at their profile picture and it's all fuzzy. It's got that filter going. It's like, girl, I know you're glowing like a queen, but you ain't glowing like that because that's like inhuman. If the glow is like that profile filtered picture is real, I expect to hear music in the background like an angel, like something like that, which I didn't hear. So I'm just saying, to stop filtering your pictures. So if you are having skin issues, fix your skin issues. There's no way for me to say it, right? If I am a trainer and I'm want to teach people how to lose weight, me personally, I will not follow an overweight trainer. It's one of those things, well, practice what I say, not what I do. It's like, no, that doesn't flow with me. I'm not going to hire a lawn care specialist to cut my lawn and I go to his house and the lawn is garbage. Just saying, right? So it's just, that's so much of what we do is based on us doing it. I think a lot of coaches really suck in all industries because they didn't do the work. Right? They just started talking and coaching and talking about things, and they never really did the work. They took a course or they bought a course about marketing and sales, and they're like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, no, until you're in the trenches and you're doing it. So that's critical, and it's ironic to me because sometimes I'll see estheticians and I'll be like, "Dude, your skin is not good," or there's estheticians that I've seen, and they'll have kids whose skin is just horrible. And I hate to use that word horrible. That's the first word that popped in my mind. That skin was bad. I'm like, dude, if you cannot take care of your kid's skin, I'm not saying don't ask for advice. I'm not saying don't do this or don't do that. Get advice and then work on it and fix it. If you can't fix your kid's skin, who I feel you care about more than most clients, just saying, right? Then it's going to be a rough road. So figure it out. If you can't figure out, and as a lot of y'all might know, I talk about I am beginning and starting my own skincare line because I have partnered with some amazing people in this industry that know their stuff, and I am confident and I love it, and I'm all in on it on my end, and it's to me it just works. So, but at the same time, don't fall for, I learned, by using this skincare line or this skincare line or that skincare line, whatever, right? If it's not working for you, if you do not have the skin, if you cannot lead by example, fix it. Don't be loyal to a brand or this if it's not working for you. I've learned a while ago, marketing is just another fancy word for testing. So I will test things. I will not just assume something works. I will say, hey, let me give it a shot. Let me give it a try. Same thing with skincare, right? If you were in aesthetic school and you learned by using this brand A, I'm not going to name any names, but the freaking usual suspects. They're all the usual suspects, right? And you learn that. And then if you don't study and go in depth and figure out, is this really a good brand? Or are you just regurgitating what you learned because someone told you that, and now that's gospel or that's the truth, and heaven forbid anybody else disagree with you, right? I'm just saying, be open-minded, but more importantly, look at your own results. Look at yourself and go, is this really working for me? How is my cleanser? Do I like that? Do I have good skin? Am I getting the result that I want to give other people? Because I think one of the most best things a client can say is, I want skin like yours. Go, yo, I want skin like a Jew. Jew, right? So if you are having skin issues, your family is having skin issues, your kid is having skin issues, people are going to look at you and be like, oh, go to this esthetician. She talks a good game, but I saw her face and she's got filtered pictures. What's she trying to hide in this world of so many skeptical people? You don't give them a reason to be more skeptical. Just saying. All right. So that's another thing that's really helped, I think, keeping estheticians behind is, you got to lead by example. Do it. Take care of yourself. Take care of your skin. Demonstrate what you do. Show what you do. Drink your own Kool-Aid. Let people see you doing it, which goes to my next third and final thing that held let me go. That held me back for the longest is I was worried what others would think about me. You know how it is, I'm looking at myself recording this, and I'm not the most handsome guy. I'm all right. I'm just saying I'm okay. I drive a sexy car to make up for the looks that I don't have. So I'm thinking that's going to help me in my long-term game. Just saying. But and also my voice, listening to my own voice, that took some getting used to. It's like, holy shit, I sound like, what the fuck I do? Inhale helium before I recorded this because I sound like a cartoon character. I feel. No one's ever told me that, but that's my mind, right? So you're worried what others will think of you, or they're going to judge you, or they're going to correct you on your stuff. Yo, listen. Other people, first of all, very few will do that. It's just weird. Just listen to me. Again, I've done literally hundreds and hundreds of videos. Every now and then I'll get somebody that acts up. And then you know what I'll do? I'm like, boop, yo, booted from the group. Girl, I had to boot somebody yesterday. Just being negative. And I'm like, dude, why? What do you plan on? You're sharing your opinion in a way, this way. It's like, okay. It didn't faze me at all. I don't even think I read the whole comment. I read through most of it and I was like, okay, this doesn't look like it's going anywhere nice. Bye. Because I just don't care, right? And I want you to get that same philosophy, because the more you put yourself out there, of course you're going to open yourself up to certain levels of criticism. However, if you are sharing good knowledge and you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart to help people, and there's somebody that's being negative on that sideline, do you really want that person in your space? Do you want that person as a client? Here you are sharing your goodness, giving information, trying to help, trying to dispel all of these myths that are out there that celebrities or influencers or big pharma is putting out there. And here you are, you're trying to do some good for the world and say, hey, yo, if you're using this, it may not be good for you because of this. And someone says, well, I use it and I love it and I have great skin. It's like, well, girl, good for you. Genetics, it's a factor. She could have been freaking putting J-Lo's olive oil on her face and use Dove soap and her skin would probably still be good. But when we speak for in general, generalities, you know what I'm saying, right? And then that's not going to apply for people, and that's not your customer. If someone's good, go, hey, that's awesome, good for you, blah. And so people are going to disagree with you, but you have to just understand that your mission is more important, not just for your own financial gains, right? But at the same time, your financial gains are in direct correlation, I believe, to the amount of people you can help. So the more people you can help, the more, of course, it's going to be good for you. It's good for the community. You're changing lives, and you're changing your financial, outcome as well. So it ends up being a great win-win. And in order to find those people that you can help, those 10s and 12s that are trying to DIY their beauty skincare routine, or buying things from Sephora or Walmart or CVS or whatever, right? Amazon, right? To help them, you have to put yourself out there, because how will they find you? And that's, I truly believe that's one of the biggest problems. It's not that, you're not good enough, or you're not you're a bad esthetician. The reality is, a lot of people just don't know you exist. And if they know you exist, they don't know or feel that you can help them. And they don't know and feel you can help them because you're not putting yourself out there and doing videos like this one. Right? How do you think I became so popular in this space? I'm a brown, bald guy to begin with zero goose egg knowledge of the beauty industry a year and a half ago. Zero, nothing. But I'm putting myself out there, and I'm giving advice like this and saying, try this and do that. And some people are grateful. Some people hate my guts. Can't please them all. But I think I see it this way. I go, okay, the ones that hate my guts or disagree with me or always want to argue, do I even want to work with that kind of a person? Right? Like, here I am spending my time, my energy, my information that took me 20 years to put together and share with you, hoping that it will shed some light and stop you from stopping yourself and not moving forward with business as you should be. So my hope is if one or two estheticians watch this and go like, oh my God, wait, I do that. Facts over feelings. Okay. So next time I have a negative thought in my head, or I don't feel like good enough, go, hey, wait a minute. Do I know more than this person? Yeah. And that person, they might say, well, I saw this and this is like, girl, I understand what you're saying. And I know, a lot of people say that, but it might have worked for your neighbor, but that doesn't mean she has the same skin as you do. Can we agree? Skin is different. Like, do you have the same fingerprints as your neighbor? No. So if your fingerprints are different, or could there be other differences in your skin? Maybe. All right. So come on in. Let's get a consult going. Let's figure out what's going on with you and your skin, because your skin is different. So what works for one may not work for somebody else. Can we agree on that? So do you want to look at your individual skin and find a solution that will work for you in the long run? Yes. All right, let's do this. Bam, boom. Sales. Look at that, like just boom, boom, boom. It flows because it works. You see the logic. Someone has these misbeliefs, misnomers, and I'm just like, I'll ask a question. I'm like, da 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 console, like a G. What's your mother? So you can't worry about what others are going to think. They're not going to be buried with you. There's a philosophy that when you get buried, it's one person to casket, I think, right? So they're not going with you. They're not paying your bills. All they're doing is taking up valuable real estate in your mind. So you have negativity or people that do that, you just block, cancel, boom. And the second thing is, it is so rare. Like, it is a rarity. There are so many good people in this world, and I think so many times we just instantly assume the worst is going to happen, and that's just not the case. So don't think of it that way. Don't worry what others think. The minute you care less about, okay, this is what I look like this is me. Look, my nose, I think my nose is crooked. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my nose. I don't know, my bone. I don't know what's going on, right? Whatever it is, but that is my nose. If I did not like my nose and it's stopping me from doing business, there's two things I can do. One, go, hey, this is my nose. This is what it looks like. When a client comes to see me, this is what they're going to see. So what difference does it make if they see it on freaking, social media, or they see it in real life? It's got the same freaking nose. And if I'm so butthurt, or I'm so extreme, or I'm so against it, then I'll get a nose job. If it's bothering me that much, all right, and then I'll make a change. Like, if I'm fat, right? And which I am, which I am, and I'm like, okay, Wick, I need to get my shit together. Okay, I need to lose weight. It's because I want to feel more confident. I don't want to look like a fatso on this. Good. Then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lose weight because this is important to me. My business is important to me. My life is important to me. My confidence is important to me. And I want to, whatever I have is what I have. And then it's up to me to make it the best that I have. Does that make sense? So when you're doing the best you have and you're living with confidence and you're happy with your body and you're happy with your skin and you're here to spread positivity and you understand that some people aren't going to be in the market for your beauty services, and that's okay because not everyone's just going to jump at it, right? It's a rarity. It's I think about 10% of people will immediately say yes, 10% will immediately say no, 80% are like, I don't know. And that and you have to go for that. You have to get that crowd and talk them into it. But you can't talk them into it if you're not talking at all like this. Saying, right? So again, back at it. If you feel you're not good enough, you are good enough because the logic, because facts over feelings. You know more than this person, and you can help this person. Their knowledge is here. You are here. You can help them with that gap, right? Boom. You're having your own skin issues, whether it's your skin or you feel you're overweight, lose weight. You have control over your hand and your mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. I'm drinking a freaking protein shake. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't eat till like about 11. So that's just my thing because I want to fast a little bit. I need to lose weight and it's not easy, but it's worth it. So I need that. So if my own issues, weight, skin, etc., fix it, right? Be committed, right? Get committed. And if you're worried about what others think, those people, most people are really good. Most people are really nice. The few jerks that may intrude from time to time, you block, you cancel, but most other people were like, man, thank you. I really appreciate your help. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Oh my God, I didn't know that, blah, 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 blah. And that's a path to putting yourself out there more so you can get more clients. Woosha. Woosai. All right. So be amazing because being amazing pays oh so well. And if you have questions, leave it in the comments below on what internally do you feel is your biggest hurdle? Do you feel you're not good enough? Do you feel like it's your own skin issues or what have you? Do you feel that you're just worried about what others will think and that people will call you a fraud and you don't know what the F you're talking about? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know a little bit more of what's slowing you down. And then from that point on, just go, you know what? It's not that serious. Not that serious. Peace. Be amazing. Catch you soon. That was out. Then my lips were saying soon. Maybe my eyebrows are saying it. Whatever. Peace.